Good morning, gentlemen. The 36th segment of Think Before You Speak series, the laws of Shemirat Halashon with clarity. Lilu Nishmat Chafetz Chaim Zechet Tzadik L'Bracha. Lilu Nishmat Luza Eliza Bat Henriette and her children that passed in the fire. Ruach Hashem Tenichena Began Eden. As well, these halachot are dedicated for the Yeshuot Gedolot and Siyata Dishmaya and Shmira for our Bnei Chabura and specifically for Moshe ben Leah, as well as for the Yeshuot of Klal Yisrael. These halachot are also specifically dedicated for the great Shmira Gdola and Yeshuot Gdolot for Chaim Davido ben Chayesar. The title of today's halachot, Feelings. I'd like to open with a question. Lashon hara, is it something that's dafka driven by feelings, where when you speak negatively about someone, it's going to end up hurting them, whether it hurts their feelings, their reputation, damaging them in some way? However, the halakha tells us something interesting. When it comes to children, it is forbidden to speak lashon hara about a child if it would cause the child harm or distress, or it would hurt the child in some way or his feelings. However, if someone's intention is to prevent the child from bullying or mischief, or you simply want to give the kid the proper chinuch, so you want to put him on the right path, then to speak lashon hara about him is permissible because it's for a constructive purpose. But you have to make sure that the information that you're saying is 100% true. You cannot exaggerate, and you had to witness the information yourself. It cannot be something that you heard from somebody else. And when it comes to kids, here's a big word of advice. Be very careful the way you do it. You really need to consider the outcome of what's going to come out of your words. Because if you end up giving this kid a bad reputation, that might be the start of his exiting religious Judaism. He may end up leaving Torah and mitzvot. So be very careful that when you do it in a way that it's not going to create an outcome that this child, chas v'shalom, will end up with a bad reputation and it might actually push him out of religious Judaism. It's forbidden, it's not allowed to speak lashon hara about anybody. It doesn't matter if the person's am haaretz, doesn't matter if the person is a big Talmid Chacham. Lashon hara is forbidden about any Jew. However, the punishment for speaking against Talmidei Chachamim is far more severe. It's much worse. You know, it's funny, today, Yetzer Hara, he tries to get us to believe, today there's no rabbis. Today there's no Talmidei Chachamim left. The old generations, those were Talmidei Chachamim, those were great rabbis. It's not true. A Talmid Chacham, in the eyes of Torah, is relevant to his generation. And therefore, as long as you have a rabbi who is toiling Torah, who can give you over a sugya, he can give you over a good piece of Torah, and he can give over a halacha properly, he's already considered a full-fledged Talmidei Chacham. And if that's the case, the sin of talking against Talmidei Chachamim to disgrace them is very, very severe. Has v'shalom, if a person talks against Talmidei Chachamim, disgraces Talmidei Chachamim, even of our simple generation, it's liable for excommunication, for nidui. They put him in cherem. Even worse is to disgrace the rabbi of the shul, because then he no longer has the clout and the ability to carry out what needs to be done, whether it be keeping quiet people in shul, whether it be giving shiurim in shul. Once they disgrace the rabbi, he loses that certain something that he has with the tzibur of respect. And the moment they no longer respect him is the moment that he needs to find another shul. Thank you for listening.